Alright, hello everyone, it's Acro, and with each day that passes by, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the bear market for Bitcoin. And in this video, I want to go over this specific signal here, denoted by the yellow circles, which has always been a very good confirmation signal that the bear market phase was over and that we were about to start a brand new bull market. Notice also how close the signal is to the bottom of each bear market, so it gives you a very good entry as well. And right now in the current bear market, this signal has not flashed yet. But once it does, it will most certainly be the sign that we have bottomed, that we might never come back to these prices again, around 60k. Now let me show you exactly where this signal comes from. It's nothing more than the break of the upper resistance line of these bear market channels here. Now, these are not some arbitrary drawn channels. There's a specific method and way of drawing them correctly. So let's quickly go over them, and after that we'll see what it means for today. And toward the end of the video, we'll see how this channel is even predicting a major top in September, so make sure to stick until the end. Right, so now let me show you how these channels have been created and how powerful they can be. So let's erase the one from the first bear market. And the idea is to connect the top of the bull market and then select the highest point in the bear market such that the price does not cross over it. And then you connect the bottom of the channel to the bottom of the bear market. And you know the channel is valid if the bottom trend line has some great touches in terms of support. So not only the bottom of the bear market, but all along the way. And the same goes for the middle line here. And then the signal we've talked about earlier is this breakout here. And notice how we have a retest of this upper trend line before the continuation of the bull market. So now let's go over the second cycle. You can see the same pattern where we connect the tops and then the bottom of the bear market. And you have some nice touches as support, and same goes for the middle dashed line. And once broken to the upside, it was basically up only. Then for the following bear market, when you connect the tops here and the bottom of the bear market here, you have once again some very nice touches of the bottom trend line. And here the dashed line was a powerful resistance. And then we break out of it and we retest it actually 2 times, and then it was party time. And now we're finally looking at the state of the current bear market. So when we connect the 2 tops here, and let's assume that we have bottomed for this bear market. So we connect it to the bottom. So here's how it will look like. You can notice there's a deviation to the downside here, but it actually happened in previous bear markets as well. So it doesn't make it invalid. Now, if I put the confirmation signals back on, you can see how we have not yet broken out of the top trend line. So we're still waiting for that confirmation, but when you look at prior bear markets, you can notice that once the bottom of the bear market is in, then price very quickly goes to the top of the channel and breaks out. So if we have bottomed, we should expect something similar, where we get a break, probably a backtest, and then we will go higher. Now, this looks good in theory, but there's something I don't really like about this channel. The condition I've talked about earlier, where the bottom trend line is a powerful support and resistance level, here is not really respected. It kind of acts as a support and resistance, but it's not very precise and it's not very convincing. And for the middle line, it's kind of the same story, like there's a great touch here, but other than that, it's not that good at all. So what does this mean? Well, what's possible is that this is not the final channel of the bear market. So if you want to find out what the true channel of this bear market is, we'll need some imagination and try to reverse engineer the whole process. So let's hide this channel for now. And let's assume that we have bottomed here at 57k. So if you try to find a good fit, then this line here is the first that comes to mind. It connects this bottom here, and it creates some great resistance and support levels during the whole bear market. So if this is the bottom of the bear market channel, then let's try to recreate the whole channel from this. And when we connect it to the top of the bull market, here is what we get. And notice how the middle of the channel is also a very strong support and resistance level. But of course, there's a problem here. Why? Because in every prior bear market, what we needed was to not only connect the bottom of the bear market, but 2 touches at the top. So at some point in the future, we should expect a massive resistance here once price goes back to the top of the channel. Now it gets kind of scary if you reject from here and go back all the way down to make new lows, because the bottom of the channel is somewhere around, let's say 50 and 45k, depending on when we hit it. But I think there's a good chance that the bottom of the bear market might be in, based on this specific pattern. So once again, because of the precision of the touches of the bottom trend line and the middle dashed line, I think that if we get a move to the top of the channel, then it's very likely to be a rejection here. And then from here on out, we'll either bounce off the middle of the channel, or we might make, let's say, a double bottom. But the important part is that once we break from this channel here, this will be the historical confirmation that we have bottomed, that the bear market bottom is in, and that we're going higher and start a brand new cycle. And to me, this channel here looks a lot better than the first one we've established in the beginning of the video. And once we break out here, we might even get a backtest like we often get in prior bear markets. So a backtest of this trend line here, and this will be the ultimate confirmation that we have actually bottomed. And the reason I'm fairly confident that this channel is the right one is that if you go on the daily time frame and try your best to connect parallel lines that form support and resistance, then you get this channel right here. So it's basically the same channel, simply with more levels in between, and these are extremely good at predicting the intraday levels. For example, the orange line has been a perfect resistance all the way through. The yellow line has been great support, flipped into resistance, into support, into resistance, into support, and right now it's being resistance. And every color line, I tried my best to pick out the best support and resistance levels. And the purple one is the one we've identified as the bottom of the channel earlier. And once again, the idea is that in the coming months, we come all the way to the top, we get a rejection here. So it will be somewhere between, let's say, 78 and 74K, depending on when we hit it. And then from here, we're most likely getting a rejection, either to a higher low or to a double bottom, or maybe even lower. Before we finally break above this top trendline channel, we create this yellow signal and the bull market can finally start. And there's another very good reason why we will probably get a strong rejection in this area. So if I put back just the outer edges of the channel, the thing I'm talking about is the Bitcoin rainbow wave. So I've made a dedicated video about it because in my opinion, it's the best indicator ever created for Bitcoin. And if I put the bear market channel in bold, so we can see it better, you can see how this blue line here of the rainbow wave is a very strong support and resistance level. And it's basically in the area where we expect this stop. And the same goes for this white wave here. So just visually, it looks like once we get into this area here, it's going to be hard to go through it. Alright, so that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned a lot of interesting things about what is likely to happen in the future. And if you want to know whether or not we have bottomed here at 57K, make sure to go watch my previous video where I go into the full details of 5 very strong reasons why this is a powerful bottom right here. And other than that, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe. That was Acro. Bye.